Hey, welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates. Also, know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the readings. So I look at everything, but we take more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, see how they play it as karmic themes. This will allow you to see why you attract who you attract into your life. It allow you to see how you're contributing to the imbalances within the situations that are playing out and give you an opportunity to see how you can integrate and transmute the negative energy, because that's what shadow healing is all about. Shadow healing is about seeing a different perception from your situation, one where you start off seeing your situation from a place of disempowerment, place of fear, place of limitation, lack, to evolving into a higher state of consciousness, which is abundance, love, gratitude, the higher states of consciousness. What happens is that we live in environments around people that make us imbalanced. And they make us imbalanced because they show us part of a story. And so when we are only seeing, part of a story, then, we can't make the right decisions for ourselves. And when I say part of a story, our society doesn't teach about spirituality. It doesn't teach about having spiritual hygiene at all. So shadow readings teach you how to have spiritual hygiene. Otherwise, what happens is you get stuck in a karmic loop, which is you're in a karmic theme, one that's keeps you in limitation, one that keeps you in fear, one that keeps you in a place of disempowerment. And it's the same experience, just different people. And the theme could be victimization, it could be betrayal, it could be lack, it could be anything again that keeps you stuck in a lower state of consciousness. So we're living in times that we're being asked to evolve into the highest state of consciousness, which is unconditional love, because that will allow us to transcend the limitations of ourself, our situations, and that really is how you quantum jump into the reality that you want to experience, because there's many different realities that play out at one time. Your level of consciousness depends on your core beliefs. Your core beliefs were built on the environments that you live. You form habits and behaviorisms that are in alignment with those core beliefs that are sabotaging when you are stuck in a place of limitation. And that is if you're attracting narcissistic people to you, people that are emotionally not intelligent, people that have addictive behaviors, people that clearly have shadows, spiritual blocks. Psychological and emotional is what a spiritual block is. The issue is that they form behaviorisms, and those behaviorisms keep you blocked in a place of limitation. So again, there's many different realities that play it out at one time. So you're able to integrate the spiritual lesson to help you heal. All right. Just always like to do a little bit of an intro before I jump in to my readings, because they are a therapy style. That's first and foremost, because you want to understand why you're attracting who you're attracting. You want to understand why certain things are happening to you, especially if they keep happening. That's what creates emotional problems over time, you know, because you have the divine inside of you. The divine is that supernatural genius that's inside of you that allows you to transcend the limitations of the physical world and allows you to manifest. If you're putting all your energy towards something, the universe will always conspire to bring you what you need. But we have to always start in a place of faith. And that's may sound easy, but it's not if we grew up in trauma. So healing, it does not just heal the relationship. A lot of times you're healing your inner child wounds, you're healing a lot of different things. And this is how you're able to really transform your life. Now, if you're someone that is in need of shadow healing, definitely check out the description box, because I have a Patreon, which is for $7.99 a month. You get shadow healing coaching, inner child healing, shadow healing, reparenting, and all the healing modalities to help you heal the effects of trauma. And I will be starting to do live streams soon. My Oracle workbook is coming out. My Oracle cards came, but the workbook, of course, didn't. I'm so excited to share with you. And again, I'll be offering a shadow healing system class, to help you heal yourself at home, and how to check like if you have ancestral karma, family karma, um whether or not you have certain spiritual imbalances. And the workbook has a lot of different healing modalities, so not just spiritual but clinical. So I have reframing exercises in there, I have healing modalities to help you heal, and a lot of different healing spreads to help you again to learn how to tap into your higher self. And that higher self is God part of self that allows you to create your heaven on earth. This is your spiritual sovereignty. That energy, by the way, is just unconditional love. It's the same energy as the universe, unconditional love. When you are not in a state of unconditional love, that's when you know you're imbalanced. You're not at ease. When you're not at ease, you have good potential to form a disease, because again, you're stressed out. And that happens when you have spiritual blocks, psychological and emotional blocks. Okay, so let's see what the underlining energy is. And it is criticism, criticism. Uh, you know, it's unfortunate. Like when you do shadow readings, a lot of times you're dealing with a lot of the same behaviorisms on the outside. So you're dealing with a person that's insecure. So they're not going to act like they're insecure. They're going to act like they're cocky. And really what it is that they have avoidance issues. What they can't deal with any type of criticism. They don't want to be held accountable. So what they do is they avoid, and they think a certain amount of time goes by, and like their ways are so outdated. It's like a certain amount of time is going to go by. I'm going to stay away from you. You're going to learn your lesson. And you're not going to say anything to me, because if you say something to me, then I'm going to ghost you again. Then I'm going to stonewall you again. I'm going to abandon you again. And unless you come and then apologize to me, like almost like you're supposed to be like self-servant to this person. I feel like they're like so backwards, almost from like very outdated thinking. Almost like if you're a woman, that you're supposed to be like bow down to them, be like almost like women are only supposed to be seen, not heard. They're not real people. It's like I don't even know what generation, what era that was from. I really don't. It's almost like being a slave, but without being a slave, like being a slave to what this person wants you to be for them, but you're not allowed to have your own identity. It's very weird, because relationships are all about being able to communicate so that you can form an emotional bond, so that you feel safe, so you can be transparent. And this person, I feel like, doesn't allow that to happen. And they don't allow that to happen because everything that they hear through distorted perception, because of the wounds that they have that they don't heal. And part of it is just arrogance. Like, you can't tell me criticism. If you tell me criticism, then that makes me feel bad. And if you make me feel bad, well, you're making me feel bad for no reason. In their mind, they're like, you're just making me feel bad because you want to control me. And you want to control me because you want to tell me how to act. No, what you want this person to do is to treat you with respect. So then there's always like this, like, because they can't deal with criticism, there's always this gaslighting underneath. I feel like that this person makes a lot of excuses, they gaslight, they play around. I had a few cards that were mixed in with this deck, so I wanted to fix that. Okay, so let's see. Angry. So it's like this person leads life through, again, their emotions, but they're not emotionally intelligent, and that's the problem. They have a lot of anger, and they have a lot of anger because in their mind things are supposed to look a certain way, and they don't look a certain way. They can't control you with their manipulative games. Usually they don't have a problem. Usually they've invest a certain amount of time and they're able to get the effects that they want. And I feel like you gave this person time. So and it was a long time. It was like years, I'm feeling. It was a long time. And the fact that you're not connected to them and they can't manipulate you and they're affected by you makes them angry. But I feel like also the whole time, like that you were with them and you couldn't have a conversation with them without them taking it as it was criticism. It made you angry because it's like you're always trying to stifle me. So it's funny how the tables have turned. There's like almost like, and there's also this mirroring energy because I feel like you're really disappointed in this person. You really truly had feelings for this person. You thought that they were someone else because they showed you someone else. But the truth of the matter is until a person heals, and we don't know what they need healing from. I mean, this person could have just been brought up in an environment that was not balanced, and they were, just have a low self-esteem, or they could be in horrible relationships. We don't know yet. But for whatever reason, they believe that you were supposed to act a certain way and you didn't act that way. There's a sense that you moved on and that emotionally that you don't give a shit and emotionally that they do. And that never happens for this person. That's a big deal. They again feel like you're withdrawn. It's like you don't want to give this person anything and they can feel it because at one time all this person did was withdraw from you. So again, we're seeing how the tables have turned. It's like, and so this person now, I feel like they really want to talk to you, but they also don't really know how to approach this situation at all because they're not used to it. They're used to people reacting and they're used to not caring. And when you don't care, you're able to strategize better. This person almost feels like their emotions are getting in the way. And that's a rarity because this person, like they said, I feel like they let their anger rule them and they're not emotionally intelligent. So there's a sense of inadequacy. There's a sense of being really terrified of love, and then having this connection that they did not, never thought that they had this connection, mind you. They thought that the cat was in the bag. They thought that, if anyone was going to be affected, this was going to be you, that you were going to make a stink about it. You didn't. It's bringing up this person's insecurity. And at one time, it's ironic that this person tried to make you insecure. But that's the thing. They didn't take the time to really get to know you. They did. I mean, it's not like they weren't in your life for long periods of time. But at the time, they were strategizing. at the time, they didn't realize that they were building an emotional connection, because I believe that you didn't have any expectation of them. There was a sense that I feel like you always knew who they were, but there was a connection. So you didn't really like invest in this person. And because you didn't invest in this person, they stayed hooked on you, because they always believed that eventually you were going to give it up. Eventually we'll be together. Eventually, but it's always going to be on my terms. I'll always like I might have feelings for you, but it'll always be on my terms. So like I'll come and go as I please. Now what it is this person knows that you are not the type of person that's like, you can come and go as you please. They're like, no, this is not who you are. You're old-fashioned type of person. You respect yourself. And so that now this person's like, like they were holding back from you, I believe, because they know this. And they were like, well, I don't really want to like have to explain myself. I don't really want to have to, how can I possibly explain myself? I was leading you on, didn't really believe that I had feelings for you, didn't realize that how strong that they were until like you left. That's why they're angry. It's like, and that's why there's like still a little bit trying to figure out like how to come back, but also in a way that is still protecting themselves, like an ego. And it's because they only really know how to be. They're not in control over their emotions. They're not emotionally intelligent. I don't even know whether this person knows what they feel all the time. And that happens from severe disassociation, from detachment, from trauma. And so it's like this person just is so detached from feeling. They've learned to navigate through the logical analytical mind. And so there's a sense that I believe that even if they were to come towards you, you'd be like, I don't trust you, because you're like mad. And they are. They're angry because they have feelings and you don't. And so that's, or they perceive that you don't. So again, and they never thought that they were going to have feelings, expectations, and their expectations weren't met, and neither were yours. So again, everything is like this person perceives that you're deceived them. They perceive that. They're like, you deceived me, you played me. As again, the player can't believe that they were played, and that's really what they think. But I don't feel that you played this person. I believe that the divine protected you. I believe that you love yourself enough to realize that this person was like, you're not giving me anything. You're so insecure. Like, we get into one little argument, or I have one thing to say to you and you can't deal with it. It's like the criticism, but you have no problem dishing it out. You're so run by your anger. And it's because you're so insecure that I feel like you got to a place where you're like, I feel like the relationship is hopeless because I'm always sad. And it's mainly because you overcompensate for your lack in being self-righteous. And I'm getting impatient with you trying to figure it out, because you're never going to figure it out. You're stuck in a place of shame. That's why your root chakra is so like you're so angry, and normally you are detached and withdrawn, but you're not. Now the problem is that they're obsessed, and they're obsessed because you walked away. And again, they thought that you were the one that was gonna have the nervous breakdown. And what happened is that no, you triggered their abandonment. And not just did you trigger their abandonment, but their behaviors of not giving you anything put you in a place of I'm like disgusted. And I'm disgusted because I'm always hostile, because you never take the blame. So now you can be in a place of regret. And now you can be in a place of disappointment until you like come and like talk to me, if even if you want I believe that some of you guys don't even want that. You're like, what's the point? What's the point? It's say, well, stay in imbalance because I don't trust you. Betrayal because you've done it before, you're comfortable. The memory of that is already there. So how can I ever trust you again? Being in a relationship with you is overwhelming. You make me feel as if I need to be like perfect for you when you're certainly not perfect for me. You're not giving me anything. It's like some weird trick psychology of trying to make me give to you while you give me nothing. And it's like, why? Why so much work? Why so much work? It's like because it's like at this point they were game playing with you. That's why they didn't think that they were having a relationship. But the thing is, relationships is something that happened over time. This person was in your life a long time. They watched you evolve. And then it was like, again, like you were very entertaining to watch because you have a life. You have a fun sense of humor. So I feel like this person stalks you. Social media is their way of feeling like they're close to you. But they're so insecure because, again, they can't deal with any type of criticism. But how do they feel? What is the whole point? Like, I feel like I don't deserve your love. I'm worried you'll leave me really when you know who I am. So that's the cause. That's the cause. This person is so insecure. So did they know that they're insecure? Did they know that they're insecure? Like, I mean, I'm just curious. Did like I mean, the abandonment issue, this person kind of puts you on a pedestal because, again, they've watched you over time, and what they see is you're really someone that says that you say something and you do it. You're very independent. You live the life that you choose to live. Um, they want that type of life too. You know, I feel like this person always winds up in like real codependent, bad, toxic relationships, mainly because, again, that like this is how they navigate. And they navigate this way because, again, their core beliefs are about relationships are off, and that only happens from childhood. Okay, like, again, that's like the environment that they lived in, and then they mirrored a lot of the same avoidant behaviors, and it again overthinking. It keeps you in a place of real imbalance because this person's wounded. So again, it's like there's an emotional force, and that's the thing. It's like this person wants to that like they're developing character, like you're making them change, okay? The emotional force making them open up. That I believe, again, they see that you're a loyal type of person, but the whole point for this connection is really for this person to like dive deep within inside of themselves. Again, they played a lot of games, and what we saw here a lot was emotional stuff. So like emotional wounds that this person is starting to like heal, and it says that because it's developing character. So what is a shadow? A shadow really is a perceived uh perception about yourself that keeps you, again, in a place of disempowerment. It's not real. It was based on an experience that this person lived. So they were taught not to open up. They were taught to not trust their intuition. And because of that, they became more logical, more analytical. They were able to integrate more of the physical world elements, the fire elements. However, like the higher elements of character, this person didn't. They had bad character. Again, we saw that to the point that you're like, I don't trust them. That's the issue. Well, you didn't trust them because this person, however they grew up and whoever they were around, they just stayed in this karmic loop of continuing to do the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. And because weren't really affected, or this person perceives that you weren't really affected, that you've moved on, even if you do, maybe you do, but you're just like, fuck that, I'll be damned, I'm not gonna show you shit, like, you're dead to me after you treated me. And this person knows that, they can feel that. um but it's the fact that they admire you, that you showed them like a different way to be, a different way to live. You were not affected by them, you lived you live your truth. There's a loyalty to yourself that makes this person trust you, because how you treat yourself, how you're living, like you didn't allow them to keep you overwhelmed and to keep you, or keep you stuck in a limited place. And that's why, again, they feel love. There's a sense of comfort. There's a sense that they know that they can be like content, mainly because you allowed them, you gave them boundaries, but you were soft. Because I feel like this person grew an attachment also over time. They got to know you. They didn't realize they were building an emotional bond because you weren't demanding it. You weren't saying, you need to take me. This person normally gets into a relationship, they emotionally don't give anything, and then they get yelled at and nagged, and that makes them close up more. I feel like this person came in and out of your life like a friend, but I feel like they weren't really even really a friend. They were more like a player. They didn't know what to do with you. They just always came back. They didn't realize that there was a comfort, and there is, because you feel like home to this person. Again, like that's what it feels like, that almost like this is a sense of belonging. This person normally feels inadequate, and you would if you are not emotionally intelligent and you're trying to be intuitive, but you're not intuitive because you're so spiritually blocked. Then this person tends to believe that no one really likes them and they're not going to stay. That's why they have fear of abandonment. But that all actually also happened in childhood for this person, and that's why they don't tend to not give anything emotionally. But then they just create a self-fulfilling prophecy. Normally they just don't form emotions, then they just don't care. However, this person cares, and that's why they're pissed. And they're pissed because it's like, you feel like home. Like, it's like, I have such an admiration for you. You're making me open up. You're actually making me want to be loyal. You showed me a different perception. Again, one of wisdom, one from a higher state of consciousness. This person's intuition is telling them what to do. And so, and it's all because, again, you're not talking to them. You've moved on. So we have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? What are you supposed to learn from this? Like, or because understand, just because this person learned doesn't mean that you're not supposed to learn anything. You're a mirror of what comes into your life, what needed to be integrated. This person didn't emotionally give you anything. They didn't give you time. It would definitely have to be abandonment, one of them. I'm sure of it. Um, Protection. So as these are your inner child cards. So not feeling safe, not feeling secure would be abandonment. Because what do you expect your parents to do? Love you, support you. Inner authority. Well, I believe that's exactly, darling, that's a gift. And you displayed that here. You displayed that here. You said, I don't care who the hell you are. I don't care who the hell you are. I don't care how long you've been in my life. You are not going to treat me with the disrespect. And you went out and you, again, showed this person You didn't yell at them. You didn't say one damn word. You just turned your heel and went and hung out with people, or if you did, it wasn't long and drawn out. It wasn't full of drama. It wasn't yelling and screaming. You weren't emotional about it, which is what this person wanted. Again, so that they could fulfill their self-fulfilling prophecy of being unloved. Now you walked away and it triggered their abandonment. And now they're also saying, like, well, I'm afraid like you're gonna leave me because I'm really not on your level. And you're like, I already know that. I already know that. My intuition told me that a long time ago, darling. Because my chakras are wide open. Like intuition, no, this person's not used to dealing with that. They think they're so cocky and smart. They've been playing this game for a long time. They're the Olympic player. Time and attention. What did I say? Abandonment. So no protection, no time and attention, no emotional support. No, because that's what when your parents give you time and attention. And that also means that a lot of times we don't put the time and attention into ourselves. So that's why we attract a person that's not going to give us time and attention. Once you give yourself the time and attention, the universe conspires to bring you everything what you need. And that, ironically, is what makes your person come back into your life, because you're not telling them anything. You're living your life. They don't feel responsible for you. They don't feel that there's expectations on them. The moment that this person feels like there's an expectation, they sabotage the connection. And so again, this is why you attracted the person. We see it, time and attention, protection. But definitely uncovered a gift. Again, a gift, truth, you're a truth speaker, you're an empath, you're highly sensitive. That's like, I can see it. I saw it. And I also only live by my truth. And spirit says, bravo, that's you're an extension of me. So of course you're only supposed to live your truth. Be true to you. Always. Always be true to you. Always love yourself. Always choose yourself first. Because if a plane goes down, you got to put the oxygen on yourself first. Then you can help other people. This person wanted you to abandon yourself, and then got upset that you wouldn't apologize to them because you hurt their feelings. I mean, it's like, could your head get any bigger? Let me get the pin. And it's because, hey, when you hang out at the dumpster park, well, they're not choosy. You know what I'm saying? You got people that can't afford to buy food, so they'll take anything. You're not that person. And that's what you made this person, like, I feel like, make their head spin off their shoulders, because you were like, not today, not tomorrow, not ever. It's like, and they misjudged you, misunderstood. That's why I said they misunderstood. And you're like, most people do, because of my kindness, because I'm a truth speaker, because I do live my truth. Most people do not listen to their intuition, but I did not have protection growing up. No one gave me the time and attention. So I'm sensitive to that. Emotionally, I need to get mine. And if you're not going to do it, well, I'm not going to sit here and give you shit. And you just like that triggered this person's abandonment, and that made them open up and be like, oh shit. And then made them think. And the problem is, you feel like home. You bring them to their heart. But Spirit said this was all about giving yourself the time. So you had to pour into your career. You had to pour into your social life. You had to pour into, because God knows that if this person's on a lower vibration, they're looking to you for some sort of guidance. So you have to, again, walk that walk. if you want to be with this person, and you might be like, I don't even want to be with this person anymore. So you may, and again, some of you won't, and some of you will. I mean, I feel like, I mean, the majority of you won't, no. But then some of you might be like, well, might have been something that I didn't see, because the whole time that we were together, there was games. So, I feel like some of you might be like, ah, what the hell? Like, I'm not doing anything else. This person asked for forgiveness. You may do it. And I feel like this person might lay it on thick too, like saying that they feel empty without you, or that they really had feelings the whole time. So I just feel like it depends. For some, it's a collective reading. For some of you guys, you're going to be like, no fucking way. And that would be, again, this person's karma. But for others of you, like I said, I believe that if the person comes back and they apologize and they work to get back into your life, like they try, they can win you over. And understand, if they give that much time and attention, they obviously are not going to come back the same exact way that they left, and they won't be the same person that you, again, like, that you meet. You're not going to, they're not going to have that same personality in a year from now if they were with you, because you're the one that's holding that ground. And that's meaning like how you live. It's like you're showing this person. So they're mirroring you. They have feelings for you, but a large part of what they like is they like the way you live your life. They like that you live happy, that you live on your terms, that it seems easy and effortless, and they want that. They feel like their life is a struggle. And understand that you learned. That's what you learned from growing up with not having the support. You learned how to do that yourself. So your higher chakras, again, are open. Your spiritual energies are very strong. And that's why I believe that Spirit says, I want you to be the catalyst to help this person, but your grounding shit was off because you needed to give yourself more time and attention. You had to realize that you are your own protection, because I live inside of you as a gift to spirit. And only in the now do I give divine guidance through gut, intuition, inner knowing. That everybody has claircognizance, which I don't know how I knew that. And Spirit says, because I'm always with you. But you have to, again, live your truth, and always, again, trust your inner authority. And and it doesn't matter if you're always misunderstood. People will always see the truth when it's real. And that's what Spirit said. This person thought you were everybody else. They thought that nothing would ever affect them. Well, guess what? They saw it differently. That's why they feel stupid, because they're like, I really misunderstood you. Here and now, the future does not exist and the past is gone. I focus on the present moment. I have confidence in life again, because here now there is no danger. Everything happens when my soul is ready. So Spirit says, if you want to be with this relationship, or if you don't want to be with the relationship, the answer is to always be in the present moment, because only in the now do you get divine guidance. And that's how you feel safe, because when you get that divine guidance and you act on it and you see that you're always supported, you're always protected. What happens is we don't feel we're protected. So our mind chatters, we get distracted, we get in our own way, and then we don't see any signs and symbols, and we don't then feel supported by anything. But God says, I'm always with you, I'm inside of you. But you have to, again, be grounded. You have to, again, be in the moment. And if you want to be in a relationship with this person, you would have to forgive the past and just be coming from the present moment, because that was then. This person's coming back different, and you'd have to allow them time to redeem themselves. Some of you will, some of you won't. But I'm going to leave that there, Scorpio. You let me know how you resonated with this one. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.